Hey everybody, Whitney with Girl Friday Crafts here. Welcome to Craftember November for Monday, November 25th, going into Thanksgiving week. Sorry I'm a few minutes late. I decided at the last minute that I didn't want to do the project that I had originally thought about doing. And so I had to kind of pull it together and figure out what I wanted to do. And okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. What I wanted to do. Okay, and see, didn't look like I was live on YouTube at first. I was, but still. Okay, so this is a variation of, go figure, a reel that I saw. But the project was a pocket and some tags for a junk journal, which I will share. And I didn't really have an inspo reel. Well, maybe I did for yesterday's. I need to go back and look at that. But I will share the inspo reel for this one, because for the junk journalers that might be watching, it's very cool. But I decided to kind of adapt it a little bit to make a card. So what you're going to need, might do two, kind of depending on time. But so you need the card base of your choice. Sorry, I gotta switch cameras. Get it together, Wit. Okay, here we go. All right. This is what you really want to see. Okay, so you need a card base of your choice. It doesn't really matter what size. And let's turn off the autofocus for the time being, just because it bugs me when it moves the video like that. I feel like it's going to give people motion sickness. And then I always want it to flip. I don't feel like it actually does what I want it to. Oh, yeah, no. Okay. I'm getting there. One of these days I'm going to have this all figured out. Okay, there we go. That's better. I don't think it really matters what size. These are just your standard size, but there's no particular size that I had in mind when I was thinking about this. And kind of the beauty of all cards can be adapted for whatever holiday, but I'm already envisioning in my head this would make very lovely, like, Mother's Day and Valentine's Day cards. But so anyway, the card base of your choice, and then cardstock, or these are actually just photo mats that I had in the same scrap rack section when I got out the stickers, so I just grabbed these. I'll have to cut them down to make them fit, but that'll work okay. And then you'll need some acetate sheets, or a acetate sheet. One, for the size of card I have, one should be enough. And then either Scor tape or adhesive of your choice. I'm actually going to use the Scor tape because I don't like using glue on acetate paper if I can help it. And then some distress ink. And I have vintage photo, because I don't know where my walnut went. Is it over here? And then I have lumberjack plaid. Okay, so we're gonna get started. I also have this green little piece of cardstock from last night's project sitting here. So I'm going to do this card first, and I'm gonna cut the photo mat down. So that's 5. Cut it down to about 4.5, I think. I really need to get a new small photo trimmer. Cheryl, if you're watching, I need a small photo trimmer. Can I intuit to my creative memories person that I need a small photo trimmer? That is, yeah. I need to just reach out to her. I'm sure she has one on hand. Alright, so cut that down. That was probably smaller than I wanted. I am not a big fan of white card bases. So I will do as much as I can to cover them if I cover them. So that actually cut down to 4. I'll go ahead and cut this one. Just because I can. Alright, so we'll have that one. And that one. The size isn't really an issue. It's personal preference. And then I have some acetate already cut from another project. So the pieces that I have should work fine. And you don't need your acetate to be as big as the cardstock that you're using, because all you're really going to do is cover where you punch on the card and make a little window. So I'm going to open my bag o' punches. This is my Totally Tiffany Buddy bag. I don't remember which one this is. I have to look it up. I'll put a link to this too. And I have the Creative Memories bags for my Creative Memories punch system and my Creative Memories, like, wow, I can't even think of the name of it. And I was a Creative Memories consultant at one point. Oh my goodness. The thing that makes the trim pieces. I have a bag for all of that, but these are my sort of like just random various size punches. I have one of these little ones that you can thread ribbon through. This is a Creative Memories. This is my tag punch. Then I have 3/4 circle, 1/8 circle. I have a big 3.5 inch circle. I saw the dragonfly in the bag. That's what made me think about this for Mother's Day card. But I think I'm gonna have to use the square. Ooh, the tag would actually be really cute. I can do the tag for the trees. Okay, so I'm gonna do the square for one, and I think the tag for the other. So what you're going to do is you're just going to punch your paper, and you can kind of create that punch wherever you want. I'm just going to let it go all the way back to that looks super crooked to me. Is that crooked? No? Okay. I'm just going to let it fit where it fits. Not going to change the position of it any. And we'll keep that little square. I have a card project that involves using a bunch of these little squares. These are like, about 1 1/4 by 1 1/4. That might be that might be a December project. We'll use the tag on this one. Okay, I need to make sure this is going to cut right, so put that in down. That isn't going to work the way I want it to, because I can't put the paper in and make the tag in the middle. also don't think, oh yeah, that little tree will work. Okay, so we'll just use the square. Trying to think about how to do what I wanted to do with the tag punch, but we'll figure that out in another time. So we'll just use little squares on both, totally fine. So the green card is going to go on that, and the red one is going to go on that card base. So we're going to take, let's see, I have this piece already cut, and I'm just going to trim this down. So I still need to figure out, there's a way to connect OBS to YouTube when I'm live so that I can see comments. So it's always a bit of a struggle. Figure out, there's a way to connect OBS to YouTube. There we go. Okay, so I've got myself muted. Okay, so I have it up so I can remember to check comments. So we're just gonna trim this down a little bit. I just need enough of it to cover that square. And then I'm going to use my Scor tape because acetate paper and glue and I don't get along. I just, for whatever reason, I can't find a glue that doesn't end up, because the acetate paper doesn't absorb the glue, it just gets, you know, you just kind of have to hold it and let the glue cure. And I always end up making a mess, and then I end up with, whoops, glue in places where it's visible on acetate paper, and I didn't want it like that. And since you won't be able to see that at all on this, I'm going to use my Scor tape and cut my pieces a little bit too long. And, you know, there's really no such thing as too much Scor tape to hold something in place, so I'll just use it all up. Peel off the back. There is something with this that I'm wanting to try to. I don't know if you all have seen them. There are reels where people put down double-sided tape, like Scor tape, and they take sheets of deco foil and put it over the tape and push it down and then peel it up, and the foil sticks where the tape is and then leaves the design. I'm very intrigued by that. So Saturday I will be in the one-of-a-kind rubber stamp and scrapbook event on Facebook. I will put a link to that page in the comments, and I'll be doing a demo with making cards with some chalk couture stuff. I'll be using transfers and cardstock and paste, but, well, I'm going to say this out loud, and anybody watches who'll see me. One of the things that I'm going to do is demo using deco foil with chalk transfers, making cards using either a die cut machine or a laminator. Now I'm probably going to use laminator just because it's a little quicker and easier, especially to like see on a demo, but the process is the same even if you're using a die cut machine. And if I have time, I am going to try that tape technique since I'm going to have my deco foil out. I've been wanting to do the cards with the deco foil as part of Craftember November, but I keep reminding myself I have that demo coming up. So make sure you check that out, and if I will do it again on a YouTube live. I think I did something like this in back in it might have even been July or August, using Halloween stuff, making cards. Oh, I got too much glue. Alright, so now we've got our little window. Yeah, so I think I did something making Halloween cards. And I think it should be on YouTube, so you can check that out if you want, but I will be using that technique again. For Christmas cards. So we're going to take this little sticker and we're going to put him on the acetate window, and then I'm going to take the distress ink, and now this is a little different. In the inspo reel, she distressed the paper that she used to make the pocket, and on this card I'm going to use this red to kind of just distress the card a little bit, give the edge of the card a little color. Oops, a little too much color there. That's alright. And then we'll come along the edge. And I probably need a little more glue in the corner there. But, you know, you could take a piece of cardstock here and stamp a sentiment, or you could add a little small ribbon that would lay flat, or I could take a couple more of these stickers, you know, and put them down here, put a sentiment there, and then add some stickers at the bottom. And now you've got this nice cute little acetate window. So that's that one. And okay, so I'm gonna repeat that just to do it one more time. Now on this one, because we're using the brown card base, I am going to distress the paper. Give that a little bit of an offset look. And it was really cool in the inspo reel. She had some paint swatch cards that she was using as tags for the junk journal that she was making. It was kind of neat. I hadn't really thought about that. I have a ton of those. that we have collected over the years as we have experimented with paint colors. Okay, so this is just that other little piece of acetate. Just trim down a little bit on this end, and that will cover that little window just fine. And this time around, I'm going to put the tape on the acetate itself. So that I can kind of see what I'm doing here. This is nice because you don't have to worry about lining it up as long as it covers that little window. That's all you really need. But I am going to go out here so that it covers. So for this part, I'm going to put that little piece of tape right there. But you want to try to make sure that you won't be able to see the tape through the window. So I probably cut this piece just a little bit too small. Didn't leave myself a lot of wiggle room. And this Scor tape, if you've never used it, does stick fast. So you want to make sure before you start to push down on something that you are, you have it positioned really where you want it. And try to get this in the corners a little more. I go back and forth on cards between this glue, which I do like, it's Tombow. I do like this nice precision applicator tip. But I tend to be pretty heavy-handed with glue. And so I often end up with glue seeping out. And so sometimes I prefer the Scor tape. Put that glue down. That piece down. And then for this card, we're going to use, I think, this one little red Christmas tree. Will fit in that little window. So obviously the size of the card and the size of the punch and the window that you create does matter depending on the embellishments you want to use. You know, this for me was really about technique, so I figured I would find embellishments that just fit the size that I was using. But if you had something specific in mind, or if you were, you know, mass producing cards, then, you know, making sure you had the right size punch to fit the embellishment you wanted to use, and cut your window, your acetate right, you know, to cover your window. That sort of thing does make a difference. The thing about this that I like is that this would be a relatively easy, cute little card for kids to make. I mean, obviously, you would need a little bit of grown-up supervision, or you would need to, you know, just pre-cut the acetate. But, you know, even especially if you used Scor tape, or you could use just Elmer's glue to, glue the cardstock down and all of that. That's not that complicated and doesn't require a lot of use of scissors or, specialty glue or anything like that. And then you've got some really cute little cards. And again, on this one, you could stamp a sentiment or put a piece of white cardstock with a sentiment or add a little ribbon or, add more stickers or, whatever. Okay, so that was fun. And like I said, I will, let me do this. Pull myself back. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Make myself big again. I will put the inspo reel link in the description so that you can see the junk journal. And it was super cute. I'm not a junk journaler really, so I get intrigued by it sometimes, but I've always sort of in awe of what people do. Yeah, that's it. I'll be back tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll do the project that I was going to do tonight. We'll see. And as always, if you have any suggestions or anything you want to see me try, send it my way and we'll go from there. Y'all have